Here I am, all ready to film Friday sews, and I start to film on my iPad, but I can't see myself. There's something over the picture. Then I realised that it's this pin had stuck itself magnetically to the top of the iPad, just perfectly in line and covering that tiny dot of a camera that I have. This has to be Friday sews for something like that to happen, doesn't it? So thank you for joining me today. I'm at the cabin at the bottom of the garden because my room's a mess. And I've told you that before, haven't I? When I come down here, you know my room's a mess. I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. We've been away on holiday and we had an awesome time, but I will talk more about that at the end of the video because I know most of you are here for the sewing. I have done a tiny bit of sewing to show you, and I did buy some things on my trip. I was very good. I didn't buy too much fabric because I really have a lot that I need to use up, but I did spot a couple of things that I thought were definitely worth bringing home, and I did get some stuff that I was looking for, so I will come back to that as well. First of all, of course, I will thank the lovely Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting the wonderful world of #FridaySews. Don't forget to check out what everybody else has been up to. It is, of course, just a little bit of a chat session on a Friday, showing what we've made, bought, and any plans we have for the weekend or the week ahead. So very much a very informal chat. So, as I said, I've been away for a couple of weeks. So we went to America. We went to Virginia, which, we did Virginia, West Virginia, and a tiny bit of Tennessee. We had an amazing time, and I did meet up with some wonderful people. The lovely Andra from Andra Makes. I met Diane from Silver Thread Sewing and the lovely Cynthia from Mountain Accents. So 4 of us met up. I had my husband as well, which was good because we needed a cameraman. He doesn't mind, and we barely talked about sewing anyway, so he doesn't mind. We had a lovely lunch, and I'm so grateful for them for coming over because they all had to travel quite a way to meet us. And of course we swapped gifts as we always do, so I'll just show you now what we got. The gift I got was from Andra from Andra Makes. Look at this, a University of Tennessee, as she lives in Tennessee, pack of cards, which is awesome because we play cards all the time. We never go on a trip without a pack of cards, so that was amazing. And what was great about all these gifts is we could easily pack them up to go home with. Then on to Cynthia, Mountain Accents Sewing, gave me this pattern. Just before I went away on my channel, I held up this pattern saying I wanted to make it, and the way I store my patterns is I keep these in a file and the full instructions and pieces in a drawer, and I could not find it anywhere, so I'd lost it somewhere around. So she very cleverly got me a new full version of the pattern, which is just amazing. She also gave me this lovely, look how pretty this is, measuring tape. So that's brilliant. And on to Diane, the lovely Diane, Silver Thread Sewing. Look at this bunch of, this has definitely got a bee theme going on, hasn't it? We love Disney. I love Winnie the Pooh and I love Piglet. So she gave me this probably a yard of fabric, and this fabric she said she'd had for ages. And look at this gorgeous Piglet on the swing. Honestly, I was just so generous. And all these little gifts here, and this with the sea on is just, I just love it. This is a pin. I've got measuring tape, which is brilliant because I've got 2 handbags, so I've now got 1 for each handbag. And this I know has got some bits and bobs in it, and this wonderful cushion, pin cushion here, set into a little, what do we call that, embroidery hoop, and this key charm. Honestly, they're amazing ladies. Go and check their channels out. So you've got Andra Makes, you've got Mountain Accents, Cynthia, and lovely Diane Croaky from Silver Thread Sewing. Sewing friends, we've said it before, but sewing friends are the best, aren't they? They just are. When you meet with people that you don't know because you've never met them person to person, but you really feel you know them and the conversation just automatically flows. It's awesome. If you ever get the chance to meet anybody, a sewing friend that you've met online or whatever, then definitely give it a go. Okay, so because I was in America, I went to Joann's, a few Joann's, a picture of me, very happy, and Walmart's. So what did I buy? Now, I'm not going to show you these because they're so boring, but in Joann's, they did have a cable knit fabric, and that's what I said I was after for looking ahead to autumn, sort of jumper type fabric or sweater type fabric. So I picked up, it's, I might put a picture in actually, like a navy and olive green, dark green perhaps, sort of a good weight, sort of cable knit fabric. So I got that. I also got a waffle knit burgundy, it's like a jersey, but waffle knit jersey, and one piece of double brush poly, which I thought looked very autumnal. So I bought those pieces. There were some pattern sales, and I have to admit, I went through the pattern drawers. I've got so many patterns, and when I was going through the new look drawer, I was going, got that, got that, got that. So no, I really didn't need any more, but I thought I should bring just a couple back because it's such a good price for us. So I did choose 3. One of this is Simplicity 9547, just top. I think probably looking forward to next year now, but I do like the kind of gathering at the top. It's got a button back. I've just spotted that. You see, would I bother to do the button back? I don't know. I used to have some bought shirts that had button back, so maybe I would just for a special shirt. Not necessarily opening. I mean, you could definitely cheat, but yeah, so that was that one. Another Simplicity, I got 9262. Now, I didn't particularly like the dress. If I did, I would do the one with probably a gathered waistband here. But what I really thought about doing is if you cut that short, that would make a nice t-shirt, sort of a top. I like the deep V, that crossover there. So I thought definitely a handy pattern to have because you could use it. That could be a nice sort of kind of summery throw-on sort of dress. So bought that one. And one more, I just realised they're all Simplicity. And one more Simplicity. Now I'm very shortly going to be doing the Oakley vest from Love Notions. But I did spot this. So Simplicity, easy to sew, always tempting. Oh, it's got that silly number on the bottom of, I'll open it in a minute and find out the proper number. But look at it, it's more or less identical to the Oakley vest. I can't tell you quickly what year it is. But what's the proper number? 1499. So I think that's quite an old pattern. So obviously existed before the Oakley vest, but that's very similar. So I thought if I didn't get on, I'm going to go ahead and do the Oakley vest, but they have quite some different views on this. Is that like a biker style, isn't it, where you have the zip there? But I thought definitely I'm going to grab that pattern. I'd never seen it before, so definitely worth picking up. So I just came home with 3 patterns because as I said, I really don't need any more. Now, went to Walmart and I picked up just 2 Walmart bundles, the pre-cut fabrics, mainly because they were good things to have in my stash. So this is a lovely jersey and it does feel really nice, I have to say. A nice cotton jersey, sort of t-shirt weight, easily for fitness wear or even just a man's t-shirt or whatever. So that was 2 yards of fabric. And this pink one, which is very similar, quite fluffy, very soft, that was 3 yards. That's going to make a lot of t-shirts. So yeah, again, it's fairly thin, but for workout wear or just some t-shirt or maybe even sort of nightwear, I don't know. But I bought a couple of those. They're quite heavy. They were heavy to bring back. just got I know it's wrong to laugh about this, but my grandson absolutely loves Frozen, and he loves Elsa, the little grandson. So I saw this fat quarter with Elsa on it, and also a yard of fabric. Obviously he's a boy, and I know you can't dress them in Elsa, and he would love that. But I think I could make him a pillowcase or a little pillow for that, because about this time of year ideas start to come out for Christmas gifts, don't they? And one of them was a book pillow somebody had done. I think Rachel from the French Seams, might be wrong there, but I thought something like this would be good. So, and also the other grandson is just so crazy about Harry Potter right now. I found a yard of the Harry Potter fabric, so no idea what I will do with that, but definitely good to grab. So I was very good. I didn't buy much at all, and I'm really pleased because I do have a lot of fabric now that I need to use up. When I got back though from my holiday, I had my fat quarter subscription box from the local store to me, My Sewing Box in Dorset, and so that was exciting to come back to. And because it's fat quarters, it's a bit better. But I've got some beautiful fabrics in here this time. So you get 6 fat quarters, and it's sewing themed. So you've got sewing machines, the thread, kind of a mixer, I don't know what you call that. Another one, jars of stuff. It's really pretty colours. Got this very cute embroidered patch, which will be iron on and sew on embroidered patch of thread, and some nice colour gutermann. The suggestion this time is to make a scissor pouch. I will admit, I don't think, normally I'll be making them, I don't think I will do that because I'm so useless. I never put things back in the right place, and I cannot see me ever putting a pair of scissors back in a pouch. They tend to just thrown in a drawer. So I think I probably like to use these fat quarters for something else. So I may not do this one this time. I might, but I'll see. I have seen other pouch patterns out there. I know Adam from Adam Sew does one, so but that was fun to come back to, and absolutely love those fat quarters. As you will see, I'm wearing a sweatshirt today because the temperature in England has plummeted, and I know this one doesn't really suit me, but I needed something cozy. What it's reminded me to do, I'll put the pattern number up. This is Simplicity something. I will put the number up. I love this. I've used it so many times for a sweatshirt. It's got kind of a split hem there, and I absolutely love it. So it has reminded me that I've got one piece of cotton jersey sweatshirt fabric that I would really like to make another one of these. So maybe I'll get around to that next week. I have sewn this week a dress for a very special occasion on Sunday. My father will be 90, and I know you will know my father for making me things for the sewing room. So he'll be 90. We're having a family party. Fingers crossed. He's not been 100% this week, but I think it's still going to go ahead. So I haven't got any. I came back from holiday and I thought I haven't got anything to wear. So I made up a new look 6650, which I refer to as the magic dress, or rather it's my daughter that said it was the magic dress to start with because it hides the bump at the front. So I made one of those, and it is out of a fabric which I bought from Beyond the Pink Door. And my father and my mother love France. They've had many, many holidays in France. They love everything about France. They love the food, they love the music. And that fabric I bought from Beyond the Pink Door was all French scenes, sort of the patisserie and the cafe and things like that. And I'll put a picture in, the close-up of the fabric. So I thought, what could be more perfect to make a dress out of French fabric? So that's what I did quickly. I made up the longer length version with the longer length arms. I slipped up a bit. Every time, I will say, I've said this many times about this pattern before, is that you need to size up. I don't put the back darts in. I just feel you don't need it on a jersey dress, and you've got the ties anyway. I normally raise the ties up at the side. This time I completely slipped up and did them too high, and it was not flattering at all. So I had to unpick and go down again. So I normally do it kind of an inch down from the notch just here. So that was better. That's all sorted out. So I'm quite happy that I'm going to wear that for him, hopefully on Sunday. I managed to finish my daughter's dress for her sort of special event she's going to. As I've said before, she's a huge Disney fan and collects the Loungefly bags. There's an event in Birmingham today, in fact, and she's gone up there, and the dress had to match kind of the bag that she was taking and the Disney ears. Now, I know you probably would have seen that before I went away and thought that looks a bit strange, but I'm going to put a photo in now of her, and now you can see that it all works. So I finished the dress off. I put ties on the end to go around the back because it was a bit big, just too bulky. So we did that, and then I put the embroideries on the front using my brother machine, and I think it's really good. The lovely Diane from Silver Threads Sewing gave me some of the candy corn sweets from America when I met up with her, because I said a couple of weeks ago my daughter needs to dress something like a candy corn. I said I don't know what it is, so the lovely Diane actually got me a packet of these sweets. I have to say, Diane, I love them so much. We ended up having to buy another packet or two, one to give to Katie so she can take that up to her event today, and sort of, because not many people probably would have had them. I was told I probably wouldn't like them, but I really like them, and they are so addictive. I've got a very sweet tooth and they're just my cup of tea, so I've got another packet to keep me going. But yeah, thank you, Diane, for sending me down that wormhole with these sweets. So that's kind of it for me this week. Now, the holiday, amazing time. We did some great things. I have so many photos I want to share with you, and you know I normally put them at the end, but so I'm going to split them into two. I'm going to keep some for next week. We visited a couple of kind of film locations this time round, so I'm going to put these in first. Now, we stayed at Kellerman's. Now, if you've ever watched the Dirty Dancing film, you know Kellerman's. That's the lodge that they all stayed in. If you're not aware of the film, I'm pretty sure you'll know sort of the lift and the dance from the Patrick Swayze film. But we stayed there. It was amazing. It was in West Virginia, and it was actually a really nice place to stay as well. It's not particularly, I mean, it's quite outdated now, but it's got a charm to it. It was in a lovely position. You could do walking trails from it. Sadly, we only stayed one night, but I really regret that. I wish we could have stayed a bit longer and sort of enjoyed the scenery around. But so this hotel, obviously used for the filming of Dirty Dancing film. It's got like a self-guided trail, so you can walk around the gardens, you can see baby's cabin, you can see the lake. I'll come back to that. You can see the gazebo where they did the dancing. I'm really hoping most of you have seen this film. If not, you'll be very bored right now. There's a picture of me doing a bit of a dance in the gazebo. It was brilliant. They kept more or less the same sort of dining room, so you can see where they sat and ate as a family. It was brilliant. Of course, the lake. We have to talk about the lake shot. They did film in the lake there, but sadly, a few years ago now, maybe sort of 10, 15 years ago, the lake drained. Something to do with a shift in the plates. So there is no water in this lake now, but there is still in the middle the breeze block that Patrick Swayze stood on to do the famous lift in the water. We had to go and find that, of course. So we did, my husband stood on there, and a lot of people said, well, why didn't you do the lift? So I know it's going to make you laugh, and I always like putting something in to make you laugh. So I did a kind of a Photoshop of the him lifting me. I'll put that at the end, but I hope it'll bring a smile to your face. The other thing we visited was the Walton's Mountain Museum. I'm a huge Walton's fan. I always have been since a child. I never wanted to be anything in life apart from to be like Olivia Walton and be a mum just like her. That's all I wanted. I didn't have any career aspirations, but I really love it. I still watch it now while I'm doing my ironing. So we visited the Walton's Mountain Museum. Now, of course, it's kind of a fictional story, but the man that wrote it, Earl Hammer, it was his hometown. You can see his house. It was brilliant actually, and he based it on his family, so you could see his real family, and then they put the pictures sort of beside it who he chose to play them. So it is very much based on his life, but it is fictional. So you can see John Boy's room, the sort of the room as it was. It was all filmed in California, but they've set it up like that, and the kitchen they've set up. So I'm going to put those photos in as well. Right, that's it. Next week I'm going to try and get some sewing done. I was due to go away. I'm now not going to go away, so hence I haven't really got any plans, but I've got a lot of things to get on with. Like my fabric wheel needs to be done, those 2 last blouses, so I'm going to get that done and hopefully out to you next week. I hope everybody's had a good couple of weeks. I really missed you all. Funnily enough, I didn't do any videos, and the reason I said I wasn't going to was I would get very little phone signal, I was sure. We didn't. We got 5G more or less the entire time. So I could have probably done something, but it's nice to have a break. For me to have a break, and you to have a break from me as well. So yeah, so I'm back now, but I did miss you all. I missed chatting to you in the comments. So I hope everybody as well, everybody has a lovely weekend, get lots of sewing done. I've been watching everybody's videos and seeing what everybody's been sewing. I'm very envious. So now I can get cracking myself. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you all shortly. Goodbye for now.